Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes on the Rebirth server. We are with Quintessence last, our level 19 brute. It was 108,000 experience earned, with 18,000 to go to get to the next level. And I've been doing some missions for Dr. Anne-Marie Engels, and now she's giving us a story arc, the Vajalock Wasting Disease. So this is going to be trouble, because at some point we're going to get the disease and then be weak and hurt, and our endurance is going to be killing us. But that's okay, this is a story arc, so let's do it. The Vajalock have developed a new strain of disease. You need to find and destroy the containers of the disease. A lot of lives are in your hands. So we have 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I'm going to just teleport to that mission since it's all the way over in, come on, all the way over in Perez Park, which is several train hops away. And yeah, I was here in Falling beating up Vajalock. I just took on like 2 yellow mortificators and a bunch of white cons and lived to tell the tale, which isn't too bad. It was not super easy, but I didn't even need to use a lot of inspirations. So it was okay. Why are we in Atlas Park? What is going on with this mission teleporter? I thought it said Paris Park. Oh well. I guess I misread that. I thought it said Perez Park. Atlas Park we could have gotten to pretty easily. So that was a waste of the mission teleporter, but that's alright. Okay, so we hear the Vajalock chanting of these guys. And now we're going to beat up a bunch of Vajalocks. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the Vajalock, the actual story arc where you fight Vajalock, which I don't think is this one. I could be wrong about that. You got to get it before level 21, I think, or you can't get it at all. Because at some point you outlevel it. I mean, obviously we can go to Ouroboros and take care of it there, but in terms of just sort of natural story arcs as we level, I think now is the time we have to get it. Because I don't think he appears after level 20 or 21. I mean, like, I think you can get it at 20 because it's a up to level 20 story, but I don't think you can get it at 21. Now this is going to be fun. There are a bunch of yellows. Let's see if we can take them. Let's do it. Notice 7575 on the damage. That is because they take extra damage from negative. Or they aren't resistant to negative. They're resistant to smashing, but not negative. So we should be a little better. They're rough. But we should be a little better with our character here than we were as Silver Phoenix, who did only smashing damage. Of course, you have to hit. But we're doing alright. I mean, taking out, well, 3 yellows, I guess, because this guy didn't wake up. I'm not sure that's something we could have done at this stage with Silver Phoenix. You know, with single origins, yes, but not with dual origin enhancers. They do so much damage. And I think the problem, too, is you don't have any defense or resistance against toxic, which is what that green puke is. But look at that, we're doing 13 negative. That shows you how much more resistance they have, right? They have, because it would be 13 and 13. So they have 4/13ths, which is about a 33% smashing resistance. 30% probably. Because 4/12ths would be 33. So 3 plate containers to get. I'm not sure if this is the one that gives us the disease. Aha, there's a mortificator, and he's going to try to res these guys, so we're not going to let him do that. Definitely want to stop that. Okay, not too bad. Excellent. Yeah, so this character, right, was something like this, 2613, right, 2411. We're doing a lot more. Oh, I missed him. You gotta watch out because he can blow up. So we are on the clock here. We don't want to just... we don't necessarily want to map crawl this, but it's not a big map. So I guess we can. It's not like it's going to take 75 minutes to get through this. Especially if we don't have to do a lot of pulling. Because pulling makes everything take longer. Trying to get behind him. There we go. Trying to hit multiple guys, but that didn't work. So let's try it this way. So this is where, because my character has dark energy, if this was like a tabletop role-playing game, you might like dress yourself like a dark, like a luminous Eidolon or one of those lieutenant or boss characters from the Vajjalak and try to convince the abominations and the cadavers that you're one of them. Alright, I am going to pull this guy. Because we have too much over here. So we'll pull him. I don't know if the abominations are going to come with him. They might, because he controls them a little bit, but they're pretty stupid. Yeah, see, they didn't come. Now they're coming, right? But by the time they get here, the Mortificator is going to be dead, or nearly so. And there's another bomb here. And it looks like we're at the end of this mission already. I don't know why you'd need 75 minutes for it. In a group, you might need more time because there'd be way more enemies here. Oh, and I forgot that Mort's going to recognize the dead guy and try to raise him. I wasn't thinking about that. So the idea here is you've got to non-stop attack him, because if you give him a couple seconds, he'll res. But you can keep interrupting him. So we have two huge advantages over our martial arts super reflex scrapper with this character. One is we're doing negative damage for about half the damage. So instead of having 30% resistance to us, right? Instead of it being like 9-9 from Shadow Maul every hit, it's 13-9, right? So instead of them having instead of it being 18 damage, we're doing like 22 damage. So we're still doing we're doing a little bit more, right? But not as much as the 26 that we would do. So 426 is what, 6.5. That's somewhere around. They have 15% resistance to us instead of 30%. And then by hitting them, we're reducing their chance to hit, so we don't get hit quite as often. And we got a badge, Plague Stopper. So we do a little bit more damage, and we get missed maybe once or twice a mission more than the Scrapper would have. It's not a lot, but just a little bit. And we do a little bit more, 15% or so more damage. And that is the difference between having to pull and not. That little extra meant that we really didn't have to do, what, one pull in that whole thing? Just one. Okay, do we have the plague yet? We do not seem to have the plague. I can breathe a lot easier knowing that the threat of the Vajalak wasting disease is over. Rash mysterious illnesses in the past days, in few cases have proved fatal. We have good evidence that the illness is connected to the Vajalak zombies. Now, we're not on an arc yet. Maybe that was just the badge. Might have just been the badge, but okay. There's another disease. And we gotta check, we gotta beat up a bunch of Vajalaks, and now we're on a story arc. Alright, I'm gonna pause it here. I'll beat up a bunch of Vajalaks, and I will bring you back after we've got them beaten. Alright, folks, we are back. We have beaten up the Vajalak. I just want to point out, in case anybody wants to find them, right next to this little entrance to Independence Port, which is right there on the screen, right? So we're 100 yards from it. There's a whole bunch of Vajalak that like to spawn right here on this side of this container, right here on this side, and particularly they like to spawn in here. You can see them, they've already come back. They like to spawn in here as well. So if you're ever looking for Vajalaks to just quickly get 15 or 20 of them, you can easily get them in that spot. Let's head to the train station. I noticed I had a whole bunch of enhancements. Look at this. I'm going to just sell them to the vendor at the train station. It's not the highest value that we could get, but with a sugar, I guess not sugar daddy, a sugar mommy in Tiger Strike, we really don't need to be super careful about how much influence we make. I've also got, like, I think in the vault, hang on. I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4 orange salvage that I could probably sell for a couple of million influence total if I really wanted to. So this character is not having a problem at all with influence, so I'll just sell all this crap. We don't need it. Oh, I'm going to keep the accuracy, though. I like that. And that's level 19, so it's white to us. Let's put that in Shadow... yeah, we'll just put it in Shadow Punch. It's fine. Okay, so let's call up our contact. We're on a story arc for her now, and she says, "Thanks for scanning the Vajalak, Quintessence lass. Next mission. We had people all over the city scanning the Vajalak, but you got the best results based on your data. We discovered where the diseased zombies are coming from. No surprises here. These walking disease factories have been hanging out in the most unhygienic place, the sewers. Sooner or later, we're going to get this disease. Now we're going to Paris Park. And, of course, I've already used the mission teleporter. Wait. The mission teleporter is still available? I thought it, and then it's only giving me 4 uses, too. That's weird. Well, we'll just head over there. Go through Atlas. Haven't been to Paris Park with this character. There may be a couple of badges that we can pick up while we're in there. I remember where a couple of them are, not all of them. So if we're near like the fountain or something, we'll pick that one up. And I'll show you guys where it is. You can also see them on the Silver Phoenix playthrough. I did show where a lot of the badges are. The Paris Park is right over here. And of course that is the level 5, like level sort of 5 to 10 hazard zone. Gosh, I remember there was a mission you could not avoid because it was one of these stupid tutorial missions. You had to come over here and talk to the cop who was over here somewhere. This guy maybe? Yep. The security chief, right? And he would tell you you had to go in and defeat like 10 Hellions in Paris Park. And you couldn't get away. There was no way to abandon it. There was no way to avoid it. You had to do it. You couldn't like continue on your playthrough. None of your contacts would talk to you at one point until you talked to this guy and got this damn mission. And then you couldn't get rid of it. And it was all designed to make you come in here and learn how to team up, because obviously with all these guys, these guys are all level 7, one level 6 would get their butts kicked over here. Alright, so our mission is way the heck across the zone, and it's nowhere near any of the, the badges that I remember, so I can't remember. There might be a badge near this guy. Let's just wander over here. I'm not sure. I don't think there is, but let's just kind of wander in. I think like right here, maybe? one of the statues, and I don't think it's this one, you actually get a badge for like being on their right fist, but it's not that guy. Alright, in we go. Back to the sewers we go. No way to avoid them, especially when you're fighting Vajaloks. Okay, let's see if we can hit 2. Yeah. No, I missed him. Oh, that stinks. Oh, wait, get out, get out, get out. Let him blow up. Oh, no, he didn't blow up. Alright, well then we'll do that. This character is going to need a sewer outfit. At level 20, I think we can try the Cape mission. If I can get it, I will absolutely show it for you guys, because I haven't done it in any of my characters, actually. The Cape mission, because they either haven't had capes, or on Homecoming you would just get a cape. Whereas here you don't seem to be able to. Back up, back up, back up. Let him blow up. There it goes. Makes my life easier. There we are. Okay. This will be our This will be our last mission. I almost said our mast-lition. So this is defeat all, so we have to make sure we've defeated everybody. So we better check this side of the sewer here. Nope. Wow, yellows, okay. Reaper first. Okay, let him blow up. Oh no, he didn't blow up. Okay. You got it. There's like an alchemy to like when he starts trying to blow up and how fast he'll do it, like right there. And if you run away a little too fast, he will not blow up. Right, he'll come back for you. Definitely need to buff the heal on that. It goes off often enough, but I want to do more healing with it. Now there's another Reaper. Back out. Okay, let's see. Can we get them in our radius? Ooh. And they do a lot of damage. Heal up. There we go, that helps. Okay, we're gonna need to take a knee. There may be more in this room. Doesn't look like it though. Make sure we're lined up. Yeah, so if you ever get the camera out of line and you want to realign it, just zoom all the way in and it'll realign the camera. That's why sometimes you'll see me zoom in and out real quick. It's if I've been looking around and I need to realign the camera, that's what I'm doing. I think I've explained that before, but in case I haven't. Reaper first. We don't need this break free, so we'll just take it. Back up, back up, back up, back up. He's gonna blow up. Man, he just hit you so much. It's definitely not... It definitely wasn't me when I was doing Silver Phoenix and I was like, God, these guys hit a lot. No, they just do. Blow up at... Will you just blow up already? Good. Man. They are just brutal. I'd still rather face them than the Nerva Spectral Demons, because at least you can hit the Vajalok. They hit you a lot, but at least you can hit them. The Nerva Spectrals, once they put a debuff on you, you're basically screwed. How big is this mission? Oh, it's not too big. So we need to find the disease sample and beat up everybody in the sewers. Being deep, deep underground where nobody's supposed to be kind of makes me think of some of the Lovecraft short stories I've been reading. I finally managed to read Call of Cthulhu, so I decided to read the Lovecraft stuff in the... And there's an Eidolon, right? I decided to read Lovecraft stuff in the order in which he wrote it. I like doing that. I don't like to get ahead of things. And so I waited to read Call of Cthulhu, and I screwed that up. I waited to read Call of Cthulhu until, you know, I had read all the stuff he wrote before it, so I had the context of it. It's a pretty cool short story. I don't know if it's my favorite of his so far. I really liked a couple of the other ones. One of the very first one I read, where he was like writing as a guy who kept like trying to get into this tomb, and he believed he had gotten into the tomb and that he was a reincarnation of one of the people in the tomb, and then later he found out that he'd never been inside the tomb and he was kind of writing from an asylum. It was pretty cool. Okay, so these guys are going to be trouble from the bottom, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them, but we'll try. Oh good, the guy above is not coming. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying the Lovecraft stuff. Definitely different type of horror than your typical Hollywood jump scare horrors. Most of his stuff is sort of psychological, and I would argue more than horror is more surreal than horror. Quite enjoyable. Definitely makes me want to try the Call of Cthulhu game if I could ever find anybody who wants to play it. But I'm not aware of anybody who does. It is not the sort of thing that I think I'd be able to GM myself, at least not until I've seen it played a few times. I definitely feel like I've read enough of Lovecraft stuff that I could do it in that sense. I'd have a real sense of where he's going as a writer, and sometimes I can even predict the endings now, just stylistically. I just read one where I knew what the ending was going to be before the big surprise reveal. And it didn't spoil it, you know, it was cool. But yeah, when I was reading the commentary on it, because each time I read one, I then read, like, kind of what's the commentary on this story, its context, you know, what was the critical reception, and a lot of people are like, oh, what a great surprise ending. I'm like, oh, I kind of expected that. It was still cool. It was still a good story, and I enjoyed it. We haven't yet got the wasting disease. It'll appear up here as a debuff. Alright, so we completed that mission. Let's head out. And now you can see, finally, as promised, we've only gotten 2 beads this episode, so the idea of getting multiple levels per episode is out the window. That's just not going to happen anymore. I always remember a friend of mine saying, back when the game first went live, when you had to get a lot more experience per level as you were leveling up, they buffed, and I've mentioned this before, the enemies give you about 30% more experience than they used to per enemy, and the missions give you a lot more because you didn't used to get a big mission completion bonus. They changed that when people were street sweeping because they wanted people to do missions and there weren't any story arc bonuses, or it wasn't any more than just a mission, and the mission bonuses weren't that great, and the individuals didn't give you as much XP, so it was a lot less XP per individual and per mission. And then it was more XP to level. And I remember a friend of mine, and I can't remember what level we were. I think we were in the late 20s, saying, man, I remember in lower levels you'd complete a mission, and you'd gain a whole bead, by doing the mission. Now you do an entire story arc and you barely see the needle move. And it definitely had gotten that way. Not that way anymore. They definitely changed it so that you could level up faster. All right, we're going to stop here. Let's call our contact. Anne-Marie says, great work, Quintessence Labs. These samples are diseases in its pure form. The disease in its pure form. With these, we can find an antidote. I'll get the test run immediately. Okay. And our clues, we have medical scanner, the Vajalak plague, and a blood sample. So we're definitely, I think we're almost certainly going to get this plague. Level 50 corruptor. Interesting. I think we're almost certainly going to get this plague, but not today. Until next time, folks, I am Scarpalock, and this has been City of Heroes on the Rebirth server.